Well, it's such a great treat to celebrate Mass today. Today is the first day ever that we get to celebrate the memorial of the three siblings, Martha, Lazarus, and Mary of Bethany. Before today, actually, July 29th was only the feast of St. Martha. But Pope Francis wants us to celebrate all three of these very important siblings of the Bible. You know, so often we're used to thinking about being a Christian in terms of the disciples, or even the 12 disciples, people who were Jesus' co-workers, his helpers, his followers. But Martha, Lazarus, and Mary of Bethany, they were Jesus' friends, and likely not his family nor his traveling co-workers. I think it's fair to imagine that these were the folks with whom Jesus could relax. He could have fun. People with whom he liked just being around. And I think we can look at each of their lives and learn something about how we can be friends of the Lord, how we can encounter Christ. So first, there's Lazarus. Lazarus was the man who was brought back to life by Jesus in John's Gospel. I think Lazarus teaches us that we can be with Christ passively, without needing to do or think or say anything. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days when Jesus heard the news of his death. And Jesus wept bitterly when he found out that Lazarus had died, because he loved Lazarus so much. Quite literally, Lazarus couldn't do anything except receive the love and new life that Christ gave him. So, I think Lazarus shows us how to be with Christ passively. You know, perhaps in our lives, the prayer of other folks has helped us. Or maybe God just comes into our lives, totally unprovoked. Sometimes we just have to sit back and let Christ work in us. So I think that's what Lazarus shows us. Then there's Martha. You know, Martha is sometimes depicted as a busybody. And I think that Martha teaches us that we can be with Christ actively, because Martha encountered Christ in her service and her generous hospitality. And I have to admit, of the three of them, Martha is my favorite. She talks back to Jesus a little bit. In today's gospel, she says, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." And in her house, when Jesus is visiting, she complains to him in another gospel story that her sister gets to sit around and listen while she's busy serving and providing hospitality. I think Martha's sense of responsibility and her honesty toward God can be a model to us all. You know, it's okay. It's okay to be upset with God, as long as we're honest about it. Martha could be both angry with Jesus and humble enough to know that she was still learning from him what it meant to have faith. So, Lazarus shows us the passive way, and Martha shows us the active way. And then we have Mary of Bethany. Mary shows us how to be with Christ in a contemplative way. Mary takes the time to sit at the feet of Christ and to just focus on his words. Now, one way isn't really better than the other. I think oftentimes we're like Martha, busy people dealing with work, school, healthcare needs, family, friends. And so with all of this, the Lord will come to us in our activity and in our responsibility. And sometimes in those rare moments, when we get some time to ourselves, maybe on retreat or in the early morning before other people get up, we encounter the Lord like Mary of Bethany in peaceful adoration. Other times, we're simply like Lazarus, loved, and given life without us needing to act or think or say anything. We just need to sit back and enjoy being loved by Christ. So today, in your private prayer, you might pick one of these great saints, and you might ask them to show you in your prayer their way of being a friend of the Lord. God bless you.